That's right. It's the morning show right here on KVVB TV, channel 33. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. It's great to have you with us on today's show. We got lots of stuff to talk about on today's show. Lots of trending items and opinions that we want to hear your opinion on. We got Mr. Jesse Sanchez over there. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning.
You know, this is one of those weeks that where people are like trying to figure out. It's like just the week before the end of the year, so you're kind of in that mode of planning the next couple of weeks. Some of the kids get out in the next couple of weeks, so it's kind of one of those weird weeks. It's like, what do we do in between them? Because have you noticed people slow down around this time, or is it just me?
It's just you.
Okay, all right. I was just gonna say because I'm looking at the National Day here calendar, and it's just two things: Barbie and Barney Backlash Day and National Chocolate Covered Anything Day. That's it. That's the news there.
That's it.
Um,
Oh.
yeah, that's it. So, which of these will you celebrate today, Jesse?
I'll go with chocolate covered anything
Really, you don't
because
want to
that's
go with
always good.
Barbie and Barney Backlash Day? That sounds like I kind of want to know what that is. But okay, nah. So if you could cover anything in chocolate, what would it be? So many foods improve when we dip them in chocolate. Businesses have been built on a foundation of dipping food into chocolate. Whether you pick up a chocolate fountain or order a bouquet of a beautiful arrangement of chocolate dip fruit, celebrate. So Jesse, got a question for you. What are some things that you like to dip chocolate in or on?
Ooh, I would say like strawberries or fruit of any kind. And
Okay.
if you want to go really decadent, bacon.
I've never done bacon. You know what? Okay, that one. Well, the jury's out on that one. I mean, anything's good. Remember when it was like that year of nothing but bacon? What happened to that? It's like it's now the year
I don't
of.
know.
I don't know what's going to happen next year. So there you go. It's use the hashtag chocolate covered anything day to post on social media. But I really kind of want to find out about this whole Barbie and Barney Backlash Day. So I'm going to research this because I used to love, we actually, way back when, there's a video of the man who played Barney in the dinosaur suit. So I'm a little curious as to what the backlash is. Remember that? I love you, you love me, we're such a big happy family. Remember that? Yeah, that was just a little bit shout out there for those that love that. Okay, so or don't. But we'll take a quick break here on the morning show. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned. I love you, you love me. Jesse is amazing. All right. So, for those of you joining us right now, we appreciate many of you for tuning in. Let's see what our Facebook chat room looks like. I'm bringing up our Periscope feed there as well. Maybe you're watching on LinkedIn. Maybe you're watching on others. Hopefully, Jesse's there with us.
30 seconds.
Huh? Oh, chocolate covered bacon. Brenda's bringing that up right now. Okay, now I'm getting a call from
25 seconds.
Long
Brenda, you're
Beach.
awesome.
That does look good. Can you bring that up again? Where do we get that at? Oh,
Oh my
there it is.
God.
Oh,
Look at that. I'm hungry now. 10 seconds.
okay. There is. I love apples. No, I apples dipped in like certain types of
2
chocolate.
seconds.
That's right. It's the morning show right here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. Joining our live TV audience over there at KVVB TV, Channel 33, Facebook Live, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, and YouTube Live. It's great to have you with us. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Has anybody seen that yet? I still got to go see that. That's on my top list of movies I want to go see. Jesse, have you been to the movie theater anytime lately?
I actually have.
Oh,
I went to I went to the movies yesterday.
oh, and what did you see, pray tell?
I went to watch Jumanji: The Next Level.
And was it as good? Wait, did you see Jumanji, the first one? Well, not the Jumanji,
Yes.
Jumanji with Robin Williams, the remake Jumanji, which I thought they did a great job. Like,
Yeah, I thought it was a great movie. It
yeah,
was
there's very
fun.
few reboots that I'm like, oh, but that one just the cast is funny. So, which is your favorite character this coming one? Because I understand Danny DeVito returns in this. Danny Glover, right? Am I wrong? Danny Glover, yeah, the Glover man from Lethal Weapon and all of those hits. Which was your favorite in this particular franchise film?
Danny DeVito. He was just awesome in this movie. I love him in everything. He's just hilarious.
Yeah, Danny DeVito. He goes, man. That man has been in so many films and TV shows. I think of some of his like my favorite. Of course, Taxi was I think his earliest debut. I don't know if he had an earlier debut than that, but boy, did he stand out in that one. A lot of those stars actually ended up going on to be really big hits. But there you go. So Jumanji. Okay, so you know what? That's on our list too. We got to see that because I did see the first one. I rented it. We did as a family actually. We rented it on Vudu, which I like to go on there. It's only like $3.99, $5.99. But I wouldn't be opposed to seeing that maybe as a double feature because I like to go to the drive-in where they actually have like double features and then they have like two. Remember back in the day? I know many of you remember way back in the day where that was kind of a commonality. You would go in, you'd watch two movies for the price of one, and you'd be able to enjoy that. Or way back in the day, you'd actually watch like a cartoon before the actual movie. Well, okay, they still have that. It's called Pixar Animated Classics. But there you go. So, look, I want to see. It's what is it? The Fred Rogers movie. I want to see that with Tom Hanks. It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Yeah, that would be great. And there's a couple others, but I digress because I really want to talk about this because this is something that I think many of us should talk about, and it's Barbie and Barney Backlash Day. Barbie and Barney Backlash Day. This is cutting edge topic here that I think we need to cover here on the morning show, Jesse. Were you ever a Barney or Barbie fan? I'm not judging here because Kim's there, so
Barbie, no. Barney, I want to say yes because part of me always wished that he would go crazy and just start tearing things up. But that's just me.
That's the horror film in you, fan. Like, I think there's a
I
movie
know.
about that, isn't there? There's one of like this character which plays to the kids. I can't remember the name of it, but I saw it really briefly, and I go, "Ooh, that's kind of freaky." But it's like Barney on a bad day, I guess. So on December 16th, which is today, the Barbie and Barney Backlash Day allows parents to take a vacation from all the repetitive sing-alongs and storytelling. What? You don't like that as a parent? Well, Barbie and Barney aren't the only toys and television show of childhood. These two do strike a nerve from time to time. Wait, how does Barbie strike a nerve? I've never heard of this. I think this is like somebody that has a fiasco with Barbie. The day permits parents to turn off the annoying cartoons and songs. Parents may insist on a different book to read at bedtime. Put away the noisy toys if you dare. Cheryl Leach created Barney and Friends in 1987. The show first aired on PBS in 1992 and was aimed at children ages 1 to 8 years old. The friendly purple Tyrannosaurus Rex dinosaur sang and danced many of his educational messages. I'm gonna save the majority of you from the "I love you, you love me, we're such a big happy family. All right, everybody, let's get together." I personally love the voice. If you can't tell, I love the way they did that voice, and I could listen to him forever because I could make a bunch of stuff very funny very quick. But there you go. So I think whoever set up this national day is just has a problem with kid stuff. So there you go. It's one very upset person in life. I'm sure of it. Pretty sure. Okay, but there you go. And no truth to the rumor. I remember my parents when I was about, I want to say 3, 4, or 5. I can't remember what age it was, but I wanted one of those cool, but the guy version of, and I don't think my parents knew this about me, but those houses that you would open up and you'd be able to I didn't know boys didn't do this, evidently, Jesse. Did you ever have one of those?
No, I
Yeah,
have
see
never
see
had
your
any.
look right there. Your look, that is the look I get. I don't think I've ever admitted this on air, but Barbie, I'm wondering if my parents, I don't know, I probably saw this cool Tonka, some type of conglomerate of a toy thing, and then my parents thought, well, we'll get him one of those houses that open up, but I think it was a princess house. Jesse, yeah, it was similar to that. It was actually the whole it was a whole kit and caboodle. It was like one of these really big houses, and then you open it to the sides, and you had one on this side and this side. And I remember, I guess I was playing house with that, and I don't know what happened, but there you go. I know things I promise I would never admit on air, but there it is. Yeah, I had a varied past, so there you go. Speaking of toys, why don't we switch this up? Because I know a lot of you are thinking, where can I get some amazing merchandise of, wait for it, Baby Yoda? Yeah, if you haven't seen this little Baby Yoda, he is so freaking adorable. And so now the merchandise is finally available. There were a lot of knockoff stuff, but we're talking about actual licensed stuff. So there you go. You can see that on the. And for those listening over the air, Jesse, how would you describe that Baby Yoda little merchandise thing there, right there that we saw?
Absolutely adorable.
Yeah. The,
Anything with Yoda.
yeah. Hasbro's toys, based on the breakout star of the Disney Plus series, The Mandalorian, are now available for pre order. You can only pre order that. You can't get it and then just. So I know a couple people. I posted this on my Facebook feed, and they're like, "I ordered too." They're expected to ship in May. May. Can you imagine that? That's because somebody dropped the ball there. So nobody thought. I'm surprised Disney, because Disney's usually pretty good at merchandising, that they have this stuff already figured out. Usually, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Those that love Disneyland, and we used to love Disneyland until our annual passes got deleted. But until then, they always had everything there at the Disney store. So I was surprised when I saw them actually lagging here. But I guess it's a good thing for many people. Oh, look at that. He's so cute. So they're expected to ship in May, mere months after Star Wars fans first laid eyes on the adorable character known as the Child last month when the show debuted. Yeah, that's his credit, the Child, not Baby Yoda, people. So get it right. The smallest product is a 1.12-inch figure, which sells for $9.99 at designated retailers, including Walmart. Yeah, it comes with toys and a frog for the miniature Baby Yoda. And we all know the frog is not the pet, right, Jesse? Frog. I can't
No,
believe I can see the wood. He's just swallowing that frog. When you saw that, what did you think when he was just like, ah, ah, ah? I'm like, how does he
hey,
digest all
Josh,
that?
that was just amazing.
Yeah, how does that? And that frog came out alive, so I got questions, Yoda. Very good. A plush version of Baby Yoda, which is $24.99 at Walmart, has the ability to talk and make sounds. Frog good. Like the coos and meeps, he's vocalized in the show. Okay, not adult Yoda. Like, I don't like Jesse. Can you do a Baby Yoda?
That's a negatory on that.
Okay. All right, so there you go. For those of you, hey, we still got to get caught up. I think there's a couple episodes that just came up that we always go, okay, we got to get caught up, but we've been so busy over here. So we're between broadcasting other people's shows and doing so much, it's hard to find some time. So, of course, I'm thinking, all right, I cannot wait to eat some good food, right? Because then I could get to finally relax, take some time out. And so, Jesse, you've got a dog. Do you know what to feed your dog during this time of the year and what not to feed your dog during this time of the year?
No, I do not. I
Okay.
I have a rule: do not feed my dog any table scraps. So
Any
that's a no-no.
You know what? That was me until just like yesterday when Brenda was feeding the little Zuki dog, or my mom's dog, that is, because we spend time with her over there during the weekends. So she is in LA, by the way, and so she's having the salmon, and she looks at the little dog, and she's like, oh, and she feeds the salmon. So now I'm here to tell you whether or not some of these foods are safe for your own personal dog, because no truth to the rumor, dogs can eat pretty much anything, which is what I've heard. So, according to this, veterinarians agree the following holiday foods are safe, quote, safe for your pets. Okay, you ready for it? Assuming they have no medical issues, because, sometimes they have bad stomach and other such things. So, here's one a small amount of cooked turkey, like about a quarter cup, is about only 60 calories, by the way. Yeah, there's the top. Give me that. That sure looks good. Cooked or raw vegetables such as green beans, carrots, sweet potatoes, corn, lettuce. All those are pretty good. Did you know that vegetables are good for your animals? Yeah. Fruit as well. Apples, pumpkin, banana, oranges, strawberries, blueberries, or even melon. All safe and good for your animal. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe like upping your dog's, vegetable intake, Jesse?
From time to time, I give them like little carrot treats and stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Carrots. Okay, good to know. Well, if your pet has any medical issues, be sure to talk to your veterinarian about appropriate treats as far as people food that should be avoided at all costs. Here is the list. Are you ready for it? Write this down just in case you forget. Chocolate. That one's a pretty no-brainer one, right? We all know that. It doesn't come as a shock, although I think to some it does, but that's if you're new to the game. Onions, garlic, leeks, chives, anything of the allium species, grapes and raisins, raw meat, bones, or eggs. Whoa, what? What? I thought dogs loved bones. How am I wrong on this, Jesse?
I thought they liked bones, so you're
Yeah,
kind of blowing my mind right now.
yeah, me too. I was a little blown by this. Now I know chicken bones, you're not supposed to feed to them at all because those things can just like splinter and then get caught in their right in their windpipe. But bones of any kind, raw or cooked, xylitol, which is in many gums, candies, baked goods, toothpaste. Yeah, no toothpaste for the dog. Keep away from that. There you go. Macadamia nuts, avocado, and or high fat rich foods. It's also important if you have a dog, secure your trash to keep your pup safe. Oftentimes, they say, and we all know this that have that special dog out there, the dog rips into the trash bag and eats the whole turkey carcass, bones, and all, and they can end up with pancreatitis. Yeah, that's a thing, which is inflammation of the pancreas, and it can be quite dangerous. Obviously, if an animal were to eat the bones, that could be a problem. They can get stuck in there. I think that's what they're talking about. That when you do share leftovers, keep portion size in mind, as pets are much smaller than humans and calories do add up quite quickly. The goal is to have all treats, commercial pet treats, table food, raw hides, and other chews account for less than 10% of daily calorie needs. To avoid unbalancing the diet, the veterinarian recommends checking the Pet Nutrition Alliance website to estimate your pet's daily calorie needs and then give your pet 10 pets of their calories a day in treats. I have no idea what that means, but there you go. All right, so there you go. If you've got a dog, now you know what to stay away from or what to include. So I promise we got more stories than that, because I know you're thinking this show's going to the dogs, or we're just about dogs. What about us cats? I know we got more stories for you coming up after these messages. So stay tuned right there. We'll be right back right after this. Brenda likes that song. Reminds her of A Night in the Roxbury. Yeah, there it is. Oh man, those are the good times, right? Chris Kattan, Chris Farrell. I just can't do it the other way. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm only one way. All right, so there you go.
Emilio.
I know, right? Everybody's going to start bopping their head during that break whenever we go to it now. Watch. For those of you who don't remember, Chris Kattan, shoot. What's Chris Kattan been up to? I wonder. We need to get him back, but I have a friend who was in that movie, actually. Big shout out to Esteban Cueto, who was one of the muscle men in that. And he says during the break, I go, what was the funniest thing? Like, who was funnier? He goes, I don't know. They were just asking me about my workout regimen. I'm like, of course they did, because he's ripped. He's like this just muscle man. Like, imagine Hercules, but a little bit older. Yeah. So, and less blonde in the hair. And taller, much taller. Like, this guy's a beast. But there you go. Big shout out to those tuning in live. In fact, we're going to give you shout outs live here on the air because you deserve it. You are our Breakfast Club. And oftentimes you guys tune in regularly. And we appreciate your regular attendance because we know you can do a lot of other things. Shoot. In fact, Brenda oftentimes is like, really? Do I really have to go in today? I got so much other things, better things to do. I'm like, wow, babe, really? Thanks. No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't do that. Oftentimes.
Wow.
I know. Jesse's like, I've thought of it once or twice. What? So we appreciate you guys that are
Just
in here.
throw me under the bus. Yes, I'm gonna chime in now.
5 seconds. I was waiting for
That's
that.
good countdown, Jesse.
2 seconds.
Say by the countdown. That's right. It's the morning show right here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. Joining our live TV audience over there at KVVB TV, Channel 33, Facebook Live, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, and YouTube Live. Basically, if you got video on a streaming platform, we're there. And if we're not, let us know if you're there and we're not. So, like TikTok, right? Does TikTok do streaming yet? I don't know. But I've seen a lot of people migrate over to TikTok. So, it's I think we need to open an account over there, do some TikTok things, right, Jesse? Have you seen TikTok? It looks fun. It looks like, you just do lots of fun stuff. Like, there's nothing serious, nothing sad. No, my day is turning out to be terrible. Let me Facebook this. It's all positive, right?
Yeah, you should do it. TikTok. You and Brenda should be doing some dances, some karaoke.
I think we should. We do it already without anybody video recording us. Yeah, we did. So I think we were doing this the other day at a supermarket, and big shout out to the man who saw us, and he literally went around the corner, saw that we got the wrong eggs, and he brought us back 2 dozen eggs because he's like, these aren't special. I saw you do those dance moves, and I just couldn't help but want to help you out. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but he was entertained. So, and sometimes you never know. You ever think about like those security cameras? If anybody's watching on the other side of that, and you're like, yeah, they're watching me just make a fool of myself. I have no problem with that. I'm that person. There's probably footage and videotape out there somewhere of me just making a fool of myself because I don't mind. That's right. Big shout out to those who tune in regularly on our morning show, by the way. If you're listening on the radio or watching via the TV tube, you are not fully missing out, but you're kind of missing out. I don't want to make you feel bad because I want you to keep listening to us on all those devices. But I will say our Breakfast Club, who are often very regular on our show, big shout out to them. See, if you tune in, we give you shout outs here. Patricia Sommer, thank you for tuning in. She says, hey, great morning to you, everyone. Thank you, Patricia. Stephanie Reed, all the way from, I think Cleveland, right? Cleveland. Stephanie Reed, hello, happy editing this glorious sunshine, but cold, busy, awesome day ahead for today. Diana Chenevere over there, and she's oftentimes on what she terms as her humble yacht. Although I don't know about any yacht being humble out there, so it's a yacht. Also, let's see, we got Casey tuning in. Thank you. Mandy Lynn says good morning. Let's see, Mom over there. Good morning, Mom. And many, many more. Also on Periscope, we see you guys. We see Kelly's 07 Max, McPherson, Lee and Hannah Papa, Grace Undsaid, Cesar Madrid, Volva Gikov, and Periscope 3 Police. We got the police tuning in. Oh, no, we got it. And the Periscope Police. Wow. All right. So there you go. Big shout out to the police department and anybody that wants to give me a traffic ticket. If I deserve it, I will tell you. But if I don't deserve it, I will say, policeman, please check that again. I think you've got it wrong. No, I would never say that, but I will fess up. I'll be the first one. Have you ever been stopped, Jesse? And they're like, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" What's your often like response, or have you never ever been pulled over by a traffic cop?
Uh, I've been pulled over by a cop twice. One while driving a car, and that was because I had the tags expired, but I already
Oh,
paid for them. I just didn't put them on.
ah,
And the other one was just walking down the street.
what? Oh, you mean like jaywalking?
No, I was walking down the sidewalk.
Wait, how do you? Okay, I know there's a story here. I'm afraid to ask. And feel
Yeah.
free to say I claim the fifth. Is it the fifth? I don't know. But okay, so why did you get a ticket for walking down the sidewalk?
I didn't get a ticket. They stopped me and yeah, I don't know. They just saw me walking and they stopped me, told me to empty out my pockets, all that stuff. I don't know what I did, but whatever. No
Well, that
ticket. They just warned me for some reason. I don't know why.
yeah, they obviously confused you for somebody else. There was probably somebody in the neighborhood which like got called on. They're like, "Oh, maybe he looks kind of suspicious. Look at that beard." Uh, and then if you were wearing a cap like that, they probably thought you were a cat burglar. I don't know. I don't know, Jesse.
This
Hmm,
was 10 years ago.
I'm starting to think about how. Yeah, I'm wondering. No. But seriously, yeah. Look, I've been stopped so many times. I lost count. But I've gotten some really cool ones, and then every now and then you get one that no matter what you say, they're gonna get. They're like, I did not drive this fast in order to not give you some sort of ticket, right? But I can almost guarantee if I were a woman, half the time I would get off, right? Because I know a lot of ladies that get off because they get, like a uh, uh, anyway, that there you go. I know some of you claim that's not right, but ask your friends about it. All right. So there you go. So so yes, police, Periscope police. I obey all rules, or I try to at least. I don't cuss on here at least. All right. Moving on though. We've got something you should know over here. And Christmas trees, they're all the rage right now, right? That's what I hear. Pretty big right now. Jesse, do you have your Christmas tree already up?
Yeah, actually, we do have our Christmas tree up.
Well, if you feel wheezy around the holidays, you may have what is known as Christmas tree syndrome. It's an illness caused by moldy furs. Did you know that, Jesse?
No, I did not. That's kind of disturbing.
Yeah, good to know, right? Dr. Lawrence Kurlansky, an allergist immunologist in Syracuse, New York, investigated the idea after observing that cases of respiratory illness reach epidemic peaks. Epidemic peaks, that's a big word. 1 week before and 1 week after December 25th for children and adults, often raising suspicion that a live indoor coniferous Christmas tree may be playing a role. Her words, not mine. This is according to a study published in actually all the way back to June 2011, but this is still a recent article. Kurlansky tells Yahoo Lifestyle many molds can be found on in home Christmas trees, including the four most common molds that people may be allergic to. The article was to make people aware that the presence of an evergreen tree in those during the Christmas season could contribute to respiratory illness in susceptible allergic people, especially children. 53 different types of mold were found on 26 of the 28 tree samples, with most potential allergens that increase the risk of wheezing and coughing. However, the scientists did say the mold had been present before the trees were brought inside and recommend further studies. But there you go. The study goes on pretty far and so basically, look, if you got all of a sudden like you're wondering why you're feeling that way, it might be the tree in your house. So you might want to switch it up. I don't know. Maybe get a plastic one, save a tree. I don't know. I'm just saying. We have this rule. Get a tree, put like a seed in to replace it, something like that. But so there you go. I know. There we go. I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but just want to make you aware of that. So, because I know somebody out there is going to be like, "Oh man, I wish you would have shared that with me." And so, well, we're sharing it right now. We need to take another commercial break. Wow, it's that time already? Okay, so we need to take another break. Got to pay some bills here. So forgive us. We'll be right back with more stories coming up next. I promise there's something you want to listen to coming up. I have no idea what it is, but I'm sure there's something. Just watch. Wait for it. We'll be right back right after this. All right. All right, so checking all your comments there on Periscope. I pay especially particular attention to Periscope now. I sometimes I let it go and I think, oh yeah, no harm, no foul. Oh, was I wrong? Because one of our regular viewers, Jacob Caldera, who actually tunes in via Periscope because he's on Twitter. He's not really on Facebook. He's not a big Facebook fiend like some of us. So he, I was doing like I'm glad I wasn't doing one of my moves, one of my like woo 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 staying alive, ah staying alive. I can't do that high, so I'm not even gonna try. But this is what it's usually like. So thank God we were at what was it, Safeway, right, babe? Stater Brothers, the other S word. I always get those two wrong. Stater Brothers. I hope I tagged the right one because I always do this badly. So Stater Brothers, we're at Stater Brothers, and all of a sudden, this man's looking at me, and I'm like, he's like, he saw a ghost. I'll kid you not. And all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pretend like that didn't happen. And his name, Jacob. He's like, I'm Jacob. I go, Caldera? He goes, yeah, I watch your show. I'm like, oh, Jacob, oh my goodness. And because he always watches via Periscope. And he was like, yeah, I love the sport. Because he watched when we had the sports and whatnot. But yeah, Jacob Caldera, fantastic man. Very jovial, very happy. They over there at the Stater Brothers are very happy to have him. I can guarantee that. He's worked there for quite some time. So let's see. There he is. Yeah. Oh, man. Such a happy man. And happy to do his job and just do it so well and get the stuff up there. And we got a chance to kind of, shoot the breeze a little bit later. And he said something I'll never forget. He's like, man, I hope you make this your home. What did he say? Hit your home shopping place? Like, this is your... I was like, you know what? I've never had anybody tell me that, but now I might.
20
I'll
seconds.
think about it, like a strong think about it, because I love Cardenas. No truth to the rumor. I love Cardenas. I posted about them as well. So now it's kind of like a fight between Stater Brothers. So shout out to our man over there with the plan who tuned in on Periscope. Speaking of Periscope, we got
2
Periscope Police says, let's go Phillies. Yeah. That's right. It's the morning show right here on ABC News Radio, KMT 1490 AM. Joining our live TV audience over there at KVVB TV, Channel 33, Facebook Live, Periscope TV, all social media platforms that have some type of video. We appreciate you. So, Jesse, I know you often shop at, or at least visit the store at least once in your life, right? And I could be wrong, but maybe it's just so you could claim whenever somebody asks for your birthday, you go, I am forever 21. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I right? Or right that I'm wrong?
Maybe. I want 21.
All right, look, I've been into several Forever 21s. I, of course, never buy anything for myself, but I got quite a few friends, including Brenda, who likes to shop there. So a lot of Forever 21 fans out there are going to be a little upset about this news. The Chapter 11 filing by LA-based fashion retailer Forever 21 will soon lead to the closure of 21 stores in the state. Oh, man, you can't plan that. Forever 21 closing 21 stores. How symbolic. But there you go, including 12 in Southern California. Oh, okay. All right. I think that was a news publisher just making light of the story. Forever 21 filed for bankruptcy protection in September, stating that it would be closing up to 178 stores. The neighbor I'm sorry, the number was later changed to 111 stores. In a November 14th notice to the California Employment Development Department, the company said it would be shuttering 21 stores in the state, 12 of which are located in Southern California. That's according to the Orange County Register. The closures are slated to begin January 5th. Yeah, ooh, look at that discounted. Within 2 weeks of that date, the company said the 12 Southern California stores include some of which we all know and love, including Newport Beach, Redondo Beach, Montclair, Irvine, Ventura, City of Industry, Rancho Mirage, Van Nuys, Tustin, Pasadena, Anaheim, and Mission Viejo. Oh, good. Our store in Montebello, next to my mom, where she lives, is not closing down. Good to know. That's actually a two-story one. That's like the size of a department store. It's pretty big. But it's estimated though, and this is the sad part, especially during this time of the year, especially like when you're like spent all your money for all of your friends and your family, and now you're like, I'm not going to have a job. Yeah, it's estimated that the closures will result in up to 400 people being laid off. 400 people. So think about those when you go shopping and through those special discounts and you see those. Always remember the people behind. Sure, they might be able to collect unemployment for a bit, but I mean, it's still a terrible time. I mean, look. I guess the silver lining is it's not like remember that penny saver and they like closed overnight. People didn't even know they were out of a job. They were like money out. Penny saver did a lot of people bad. It was technically the people that bought penny saver, which was I think Hart Hanks, and it was just a big debacle. But there you go. I mean, at least you get some warning about this, so you can like start applying for other places, right? So yeah. And Brenda's just happy about what? Oh, yeah, that clearance special. So you can guarantee. So I guess this is. I look. I mean, it's unfortunate that it's due to somebody else's misery, but hey, you could get really good deals, right? I mean, look, Forever 21. I like some, not all of their fashion. I remember a little 15-year-old was like, "Ooh, can I wear this?" And I was like, "Put that back, young lady." Like, I mean, it should not. I mean, I just please don't wear that. It's so tight and revealing, and like some of these clothes, I'm kind of okay with them, like not selling those. But then there's other ones that have really good fashion, and so just go with your children to go with them shopping because you never know what they're gonna bring back. But okay, so enough about that. More on this. I think they also have good makeup deals, right, Brenda? Am I wrong on that? Let's bring Brenda of 35 Lifestyle here back on. Brenda, do they have at Forever 21 good makeup deals or not? And if so, where's a great place to go at this time of the year?
So Forever 21 has like lip glosses. They have great accessories. So if you're looking to accessorize, that's a great place to get a gift for someone, whether it's for yourself or for a friend or for a what do you call it, the white elephant. Forever 21 has really great accessories at a reasonable price. They're not overpriced. Fancy little jewelry. So that's a good place to go for accessories. I'll be honest. They do have a little bit of cosmetics, not too much, but the place to go to is usually Ulta around the holidays because they have the greatest sales. So this holiday season, hit up on Ulta. They always have their 21 days of beauty, and every day they have a promotion. So
Oh,
for this month, they have a lot of little things that you can basically get and then start adding it up for a nice basket. They do have a flyer that comes out. So if you're on their mailer, you get to see their promotions. So this month, they have on their mailer the 21 days of, or the calendar day of items to buy at a deal.
wow. Look at that. All right. So there you go. Yeah. For those of you ladies out there who want to get a special deal on shopping, and I know you need a special deal because it is expensive, Jesse. Do you know how expensive, how much money a woman can lay down on makeup, just out of curiosity?
Um, hundreds of dollars. I want to say thousands, but
Yeah, more like thousands. More like that. That's just the shoes, by the way. The pair of shoes that some of these ladies wear are $1,000. I'm like, if I go over like $50, I'm like, oh, that's too much. I'm that person. But there you go. So, but I get it. Look, So look, here's the thing. And I say this to all guys out there, if you are going on a date, or maybe you're married to your wife, and they're taking a little bit longer than you thought they should take, you might want to go ahead and try it on for yourself. Just do it one day. Just go ahead and be like, you know what? I'm going to pretend to be you. I'm going to put this on and see how long. I'm pretty sure I could do this much quicker than you. And you will find out very quickly. And that's just not the case. So be patient out there. I know my lady's always like kind of taking longer than normal. Although she's pretty quick, by the way. She could put on makeup like fast and furious. If you don't believe me, go check out her Facebook feed. It's on 35 Lifestyle. That's just type it in 35 plus lifestyle, or it's 35 Lifestyle, and check it out. She does this makeup in the car. She does it in less than 10 to 15 minutes. She's not driving, by the way, for those of you wondering. I put a stop to that immediately. I don't know. Did you ever drive and put makeup on, Brenda? I mean, there's a policeman on Periscope, so I would be careful with your answer, by the way.
Of course not. You're always driving me, so I always have my makeup on while you're driving.
Wow, that was a pretty good answer. You see how she kind of did that, like, yeah, kind of skirted around that. But she didn't answer the question. She did like a politician would. Well, of course not, because you obviously drive me now. Yeah. So there you go. All right. So anyway, be careful out there if you're driving. But I've seen some women, like all of a sudden I see a third arm pull out and they're like doing their eyebrows and eyelashes while the other two hands are, I'm like, where did that come from? Whoa. So anyway, be careful out there. And you men out there, make sure, again, be patient with the ladies, because it's a lot to put all these on. Those eyelashes, they're not even real half the time. The big thick ones, you're like, oh, they're so gorgeous. Yeah, all of a sudden they come off. You're like, whoa. So be careful. You don't want one like hanging off or hanging on. So there you go. All right. I mean, they accentuate the accentuable. So, all right, we'll take a break here because I'm getting in deep doo-doo over here. So I'm getting the evil eye. All right, so we'll be right back right after these messages. Be right back. No, she's not going to be the evil eye. Wait. Ooh, yeah, she is. Okay, never mind. Oh, yeah. All right. That music right there is a shout out for Diana Chenevere, who's tuning in all the way from Northwest Florida. Yeah, it says it's a beautiful day in my marina hood on the Emerald Coast of Northwest Florida. Wish you all were my neighbors. Aw, thank you for that. We appreciate that. We all wish we were your neighbors. It's much warmer over there, I believe, right? Let's see. Casey over there says, not poultry bones. They are too brittle. Good to know. Says ham bones are typically fine, but the ham itself is too salty. Oh, that makes sense. Mandy Lynn says, my late dog choked on one of those circular ham bones once. Oh, my goodness. And went on to ask a question. Did he feel sorry for you with your dance moves? I don't know, but he could appreciate it. You know, you could tell he like had his own beat to the drum. Let's see. Did I do the moonwalk? I don't remember that. I think I did a version of a moonwalk. Was it the moonwalk? I can't do that, not with my knee the way it is. Let's see. I think that was before I messed up my knee, wasn't it? Yeah, because I do more upper body dance moves because my knee's like messed up. So I don't know. Stephanie Reed says, I know today I have to get an appointment for my cat to get her toenails clipped. Oh, right? Like you go to somebody to do that. My mom does that at home. God bless her soul. Like she will, like, one time she was doing it and the dog like whimpered, right? He's like, because he's a big baby. He like, you like scary, real loud. So the other cat, we call him Fat Cat because let's face it, he's fat. And so he I don't know where, I guess he was sitting up on the ledge and he went at my mom like, so he was protecting his little brother. Yeah, he's like, oh, you're making him like squeal. I'm going to hit you. That's crazy, right? Cat defending a dog. You don't see that often. But that's how wimpy the dog is. Yeah, I said it. All right. So my mom over there, don't call him Wimpy. He's Zuki. Wimpy, the Zuki
25
dog.
seconds.
Cat has to go come up to his. I'm just kidding, Mom. I'm just kidding. I love you, Mom. Don't call me and text me after and be mad at me. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I know she will. She'll be like, "Don't talk to Zuki that way. He's your brother." I'm like, "Not on the same gene pool, Mom.
10
Not on the same gene
seconds.
pool."
She knows where you live.
Exactly. Actually, she doesn't.
5
That's a good
seconds.
thing. It's-
Oh. Oh.
Love you, Mom. That's right. It's the morning show right here on ABC News Radio, KMT 1490 AM. Joining our live TV audience over there at KVVB TV, Channel 33, Facebook Live, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, and much, much more. We got our social media audience commenting over there like this one. Casey saying sending diet bars with orders at one point last year probably didn't help Forever 21. Ooh, that's right. That's right. They had some bad news over there, huh? Is that the reason for their debacle? I don't know. Let's see. Diana Chenevier says, my son teases me too and says yacht and humble don't go together. But Crown Prince is only 38 feet. Okay, it takes up 40 feet of the dog, but it's a 1990 and not flashy. She's like, it's a calmer version of a yacht. I'm glad her son broke it down for her. See, we'll call it out for you, moms out there. Judy says, watching from Burbank, Washington. I'm at my other daughter, Amy, house now. She had surgery Friday morning and doing better. Thank you guys for the well wishes on Friday. Oh, Judy, who many of you know, again, was recovering after something else over there. And she was at one sister's house in a completely different state. And now she's over here in our own neck of the woods in Burbank. Very cool. And so she's just bringing the morning show back and forth through the coast. We appreciate you, Judy. Let's see. Moving on. This one, Diana goes on to say, Aaron, I'd never spend $1,000 on a pair of shoes. I also found fun and comfortable high heels at Crocs under $50. And of course, I wear sandals almost year round, at least during the day. Aboard Crown Prince, but I also love boots for going out in winter in the evenings. Here, look, I'm not going to knock anybody that buys about $1,000 shoes. I was just surprised to find out they were that much. I actually think, and I go to shopping with my lady and I'm like, oh, those are nice. And she's like, yeah, like $1,500 nice. And I'm like, well then, so evidently I got a very expensive taste. So I get it, and I understand. Boots are forever. So there you go. So spend responsibly. Moving on, though, this happened. For those of you that tuned in last week, you remember Ricardo Rodriguez was talking about a popular shuttle service that was going out of business. And unfortunately, we didn't know the name of it, so we didn't say it on air. So I'm here to tell you it is the very ever popular service Super Shuttle. Yeah, the popular LAX van Super Shuttle. Yeah, if you're planning on getting a ride to or from LA International Airport after January 1st with van service Super Shuttle, you'll need to make other arrangements. Super Shuttle, which has operated out of LAX since 1983, is shutting down. A letter from the company to an LA area franchisee read, Super Shuttle plans to honor all reservations and walk-up requests for service through December 31st, according to the Times. Customers trying to schedule pickup after January 1st on the website will be unable to complete the reservation. The company is also shuttering its operations at airports across the U.S. and worldwide, so this isn't just an LAX thing. Competition from, of course, ride-sharing services such as Uber and Lyft have cut into their business. At LAX, shared van rides plunged by 2/3 in the first half of this year compared with the first half of 2016, according to city data. Super Shuttle is one of the few services that can still pick up riders curbside at LAX after the airport's recent changes to help ease congestion. In November, though, Lyft, Uber, and taxis were relegated to a pickup lot next to Terminal 1. Super Shuttle has not yet issued a public statement about the shutdown. The letter to the franchisee cited a variety of factors, including increasing costs and changes in the competitive and regulatory landscape that have called into question the economic and operational viability of the company's operations. So there you go. Another one just closing down and shutting it down. How many of you ever rode in a Super Shuttle? I rode in it probably twice in my life, if ever, right? I think twice. It was twice. And both were for a business trip. So there you go. But and they were they were reasonable. I remember like you'd have to share the shuttle with a bunch of other people, kind of like what we have Lyft today. Would you have like that? What do they call it? Shared experience, right? So you got to just kind of get off whenever they get to your spot. And at the time, it cost me. I think it was like $49. I want to say, but I don't know if prices have gone up. But there you go. Now this is something that's scaring a lot of people out there, including families. In fact, I am right there on that list. You would think I wouldn't be, but I am because this is kind of freaky. And we talked about something similar to this a couple weeks back where the FBI had made a big alert about certain TVs being hacked and possibly somebody tuning in to watch you. And Jesse, you said yourself, well, I have nothing to hide, right? So let me ask you this. If you had, oh, I don't know, a Ring device in your house which was just to, like monitor your own family and everything, make sure everything was good. You could check in on them at any time, which is great, by the way. I'm not going to lie. That's actually a really good feature. You can check in on the cats or people wrestling in the living room and be like, hey, call them out. That happened once. So Jesse, are you okay with your own system and then all of a sudden it being hacked and somebody talking to you over the speaker system that you do not know?
No, that is extremely creepy. Did this happen?
Often, yes, multiple reports of Ring cameras. In fact, some of them got posted online with the hacker's voice actually talking because you can, once they go on, what they don't understand is it goes on to recording. So we're now hearing your voice, and I would imagine there's got to be some way to track down the IP because I have a feeling these are a lot of kids because the one that I listened to were like, it sounded like teenagers just bored with their time. But according to this, it says multiple reports of Ring cameras being hacked in recent days are raising new concerns about the system's security. Owners of Ring security cameras in Southern California, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, and Texas have reported incidents where hackers tormented families with racial slurs, encouraging children into destructive behavior, and demanding one of them a ransom in Bitcoin. Ashley LeMay of DeSoto County, Mississippi, said she installed a Ring camera to keep an eye on her three daughters while she worked overnight shifts as a nurse. But only 4 days later, a stranger began taunting 8-year-old Alyssa with music and encouraging her to use racial slurs, mess up her room, and break her TV. According to LeMay, she said, quote, I watched the video and I mean, my heart just like I didn't even get to the end where she's screaming, Mommy, before I ran inside. It's just a little bit of a lot of string of things happening there in Cape Coral, Florida. A family says hackers accessed their Ring cameras Sunday night and spewed racial slurs at their son. In Grand Prairie, Texas, a couple were rudely awakened Monday when a hacker took over the security system and demanded payment in Bitcoin. Brookhaven, Georgia, a woman said she was sleeping in her bed Monday evening when a hacker woke her up. She said, I was terrified. She told the news agency, I literally could not move my body. LeMay admitted she had not set up the two-factor authentication for the Ring account, which would have added another level of protection against potential hackers. So here's the end story of all of this. Make sure you have that enabled, two-factor authentication. Now, there's a lot of devices that are actually using this two-factor authentication, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And if you go into your security settings and in your privacy, because a lot of these accounts are getting hacked because, let's face it, there's people that have a way too much time on their hands. And some of them are doing it for financial means because they think they're going to be able to ransom out some type of payment. Maybe because they'll be like, hey, we're going to post this on video and, post this out. And all of a sudden, who knows? There might be other stories out there of people doing things, but people are like, well, you get access to my camera and my security system. So I hope, I really do, because we love Ring. I always have talked about Ring here on the show. But if Ring doesn't do something about it, I'm about to say no thank you to Ring anymore. Because if you have something that is easily hackable as much as Ring, people all over the world are going to be scared about who can potentially look in. Now, Jesse, I know we were kind of teasing it before, but isn't that kind of a freaky, kind of scary thought to know that somebody is tuning in and looking at your every move inside your own personal domain known as your house?
Yes, that is extremely creepy. Although I would not want to watch what goes on in my house, but it's all good.
You're like, I
I was
wouldn't
playing.
even
We,
look.
we're all good.
I wouldn't even look. Yeah, right. So there you go. So be careful out there. Make sure you have two-factor authentication especially if you put your ring on inside your house, which a lot of people do for the kids. They want to monitor. It's like the baby monitor, but for adults, right? So there you
Change your
go.
pass
But I'm sorry, what did you say, Jesse?
and change your passwords often for
Yeah,
like your route.
true. Well, you know what? I have a feeling, and I could be wrong on this, but just like the TV devices were easily hackable, oftentimes it is your router settings. If you have, for example, and I know this because I hate to admit this, but every now and then, way back when, this is like 15, 20 years ago, so don't judge me. But, I would be like there with my laptop and I'm like, oh man, there's no Wi Fi around here. And all of a sudden I'd see an open one and I'd be like, oh, okay, they have Wi-Fi, and then it just was set up like Linksys, and I knew, oh, and I typed in whatever Linksys, like I think it was administrator or pass, I can't remember the original, and I did that, and boop, I was in, and I was like, oh, great, I got Wi-Fi. Well, I didn't go and tunnel into their system, but it was really that easy, and you could do that with any friend or relative which has their system set up. You put in the default settings. So if you're gonna set up a router in your house, make sure that you rechange the password to something that isn't very easily identifiable. Oftentimes, like Charter, Spectrum, and all those, they already come with a completely reworded, like they put it on the very back of the actual router. But I mean, this is the security person in me, which, yeah, I used to sell security systems, so I understand. And I think like this: it doesn't take like a big party in your house and somebody to go look at your router, look at the password, and then say, oh, okay. And now they're in your home basically with that information. So please be careful out there. Make sure that you take the right precautions and much, much more. All right. Well, it's come to the end of our show. We appreciate many of you for tuning in. Wherever you're tuning in from, we appreciate you. Thank you for doing so. Like Judy, who says, yes, it was Walla Walla, Washington she was in. That's right, Walla Walla, Washington. I love that name, Walla Walla, Washington. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Make it a great day. Remember, download our app. It is free. It's KMET 1490 AM. Check out all our great programming 24/7 right there. Just make sure you are on a secure line of Wi-Fi or, of course, your own phone line. Just get VPN. It works really good. All right, everybody, make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is worth living, so live it well. Bye-bye, everyone. All right, so we appreciate many of you here. Let's see. Casey says, I buy most of my shoes at Ross. Actually, they have a lot of really good specials over there, right? Ross has, I know I've seen some that were like, wow. I used to go to the other store that actually closed down a lot of their shops, which was, what was that called? Payless. Payless. I used to frequent Payless, and then some of my shoes actually lasted a lot. I actually still have a couple till today. Granted, they've got plenty of dust, and I'll probably never take them out because there's like a sentimental side. But having said that, yeah, Penny. But I mean, Payless shut down a lot of their stores, right? Or did they close down entirely? I think so. Yeah, they closed down. So, all right. Well, anyway, moving on, though, we appreciate many of you for tuning in. This story I was on the fence about sharing, but I guess I'll share it with you guys out there. It is this. Yeah, this is the age people find the most meaning in their lives. A study was actually shown. So for those of you that are like, feeling kind of bad about maybe your age, maybe you're going like another age up and you're thinking, oh no, new decade is ahead of me. It gets better. Yeah. A new study published the Journal of Clinical Psychiatry looked at more than 1,000 adults ages 21 to more than 100 years old who live in San Diego, California. They were given what's called the Meaning in Life questionnaire. I know we don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to kind of break it down for you. At what age do you think was the age that people found a lot of meaning? Well, according to this, it was at the age of 60. Yes, 60. They reported the highest presence of meaning and lowest in search for meaning. In other words, they had found their purpose. So how cool is that? So look forward to the ripe old age of 60. So there you go. All right, people, we got to let you go. Make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is worth living, so live it well. Bye-bye, everyone.